Attention gamers, previously on Rab's hopeless search of finding a way to actually enjoy this toxic piss pit of a game where 200 years of studying human psychology has resulted in the perfect recipe to turn people into their worst, most aggressive selves, I decided to see how building random ADCs like Ezreal would perform, and little did I know I was just hopping on a new craze known as the muramana on marksman meta that has players like Sneaky getting mad mathematical in his videos to show why building tiers is the key to shedding less of them when you are delusional enough to think that playing ADC in solo queue is a good idea. And at first I was skeptical, but honestly if building tiers on Caitlyn keeps him from dressing up like her then I am all for it. But then I saw that my boy Mr. Is It Tuesday because I am feeling tacos hopped on this trend, and you probably already know that I admire this man and his keen ability to count to 4, and I am also no stranger to stealing his ideas in the past, so sign me up for this one. But today, instead of just blatantly showing you what people who are actually good at this game have already shown you, I decided to see if this muramana madness would work on other marksmen who are typically flame magnets when you play them in the bot lane. But when you see how big my wiener was compared to the other ADC, you would agree why there was no flaming me. JK, this is League, so someone still found a way to be a flaming douche canoe. But now if you are pumped to see me build tiers instead of shed them on Kindred and Quinn, I cordially invite you to hit that like button harder than Yasuo mains mothers hit their stomachs when they are pregnant, and subscribe for more. Okay, since this video is about tiers and not runes, I won't cover them, but if you are someone that likes to copy exactly what you see online and flame anyone else who doesn't, then feel free to pause the video here. This game actually wasn't the standard. I got fed as hell and stomped like the typical "I'm Professor Akali and I pay people to feed me" type of games I usually aim for, but the enemy team had a Yasuo, so obviously I felt like there was going to be good content out of this, and it started with both ADCs having a who's stupider contest by both focusing solely on the enemy support, which resulted in your standard awkward uncoordinated poop fest of drop summoners and missed skill shots, resulting in both supports leaving to give us some alone time. And probably the inevitable as a Kindred main, this was painful to watch comments that I seem to get in every video, and someone was already questioning my identity, and I have been the victim of Camp Mr. Popular too many times, so I hit them with my most convincing diversion.
No, this is Patrick.
And as I was walking back to lane, I got to witness a spectacle known as Leona shooting a skill shot into the wrong galaxy, but it's still landing just so she could stick herself to that windshitter and stun him for the 18th consecutive time to secure a kill for our tie-dyed little lizard. You know, it's #balance when the bitch doesn't even have to land her abilities anymore. But hey, when you get the Leo and the other team gets the extra chromed Yasuo, you buckle up and say "we," and that's exactly what Rabby Boy did as she came back bot and proceeded to hit another missed skill shot to ensure that the only place counting Dracula would be going is back to base, and thankfully my purple sperm cloud was around to nab me some assist Gs. Then we put on our flanky Frankie hats and run mid, because any logical player knows that people who play Yasuo will flame int or flat out AFK if they do poorly, regardless of if their team is winning, so destroy and annoy. That win-shitting boy is the name of the game here. But the trade-off of roaming like an LTE data plan is that we lose priority and end up dry humping our tower and calling it mommy while having numbers violently shouted at us until Reaper Randy takes a break from his wheat farming to lend this death fetish ghost shepherd a hand, which puts that flaming skeleton back in the grave to give me some damn privacy to murder these fun-sized wizards. And this allowed me to finish the item whose power has been declared by better men than me, and this mana gonna make you a bursty boy meta has me telling Solari shit tits to hit the gas pedal, which prompts her to miss her first missed skill shot of the game as I deploy my sweet chili Doritos aftermath fart cloud and show Jin that counting to 3 is sufficient enough for me before letting him blow off some of that pan-up aggression. But I guess the plan to kill this man needed a revision when hoarding my wards with no vision turned out to be a bad decision. Who would have thought? Certainly not me, and that's why I got snow globed, air banged and promptly euthanized. But it's cool because my jungler has found out my identity as well, and he quote unquote has gotta get me fed for YouTube, which 30 seconds later turned out to translate to us lining up single file for the CC trains and clumsy cuck tuggy festival of a century, resulting in something that I wouldn't exactly define as getting me fed for YouTube. Nevertheless, we press on because remember, we still have a Yasuo working for us on the other team, and aside from me having 2 wards in my bags at all times, few things are more certain than a windshitter feeding and losing the game for his team. So thanks to the sky summoning and the little glitter gecko and Leo's kit rocking enough CC to spell carcinogenic cryptococoses plus Yas flashing to get to fountain faster, we promptly slap asses until it was just us and Mr. Wanna build a snowman shitter, so Lizzie hits him with a rainbow cannonball and we send the Yeti back home. But I must continue my master plan to pull on that ponytail until his inner Yasuo comes out, so I select stupid as my next kindred mark and then I go flaunting my fragile ass in front of him, just knowing that he will take the bait and come douche dashing into his demise when I hit him with the immortal dance floor and let my support decide to not take damage from his ult before giving him his 6th death. Then all this killing has me in need of a puppy fix, so I am just petting these hounds while my team is off smelling pine trees until bam, a surprise Mr. Skelly eat my ass fest breaks out, forcing his flash and ultimately telling him to go check on his nexus as the windshitter comes in and as his tradition gets stun cucked and dies a dumb death without doing a single useful thing, while the yelping Yeti rider survives quite the clencher. And I just know my plan is coming together when he asks if I am making a video on toxicity, and so my answer to you young windshitter is, I guess I am, now that you are in it. Anyways, I just placed one of my wards, which in my mind gives me the confidence I need to roam around the rest of their unlit jungle just so I can act surprised when I run into their entire team, but I casually hit my murder me later button, and despite almost getting dragged out of the safe zone, both my summoners keep this goat upright and kiting to live another day, only for me to learn my lesson from how close that was by immediately going and getting hooked again to continue this butt cheek clench fest of a fight. And this prompts quite the monologue by none other than little ween weak mental wind boy, who has just given me more content for my video that is supposedly about toxicity. And this verbal behavior is then backed up by the intentional feed, and I am happy to report that my master plan has succeeded, proving why you should never doubt the advantage you have when the other team gets the Yasuo main. So an easy win, 3 honors and the second most damage in the game was satisfying, but I feel like I owe it to the boys that I stole this idea from to do better, so I hopped into a second. But I decided to not use this game for a few reasons. First, it began with a clearly unfair advantage right off the bat, and even though I am not above dumpstering some clearly slow unicorn all game for content, my dumbass also forgot what I was even making a video on and didn't build the right item until after I already had 11 freaking kills. So despite there being some dank clips, I feel like showing this full game in a video that I marketed as Muramana Marksman would make me no better than a certain creator who I won't say, but his name rhymes with Professor for Kali, so pour one out for creators that still care about making legit content. And let's get into the last game. This one started off with my support looking like if my middle school crush's MySpace page from 2006 was turned into a Nami skin up against a crazy cat lady who had the nerve to wear her Valentine's Day outfit in fucking August when I was trying to stand out by wearing mine. So I start off strong by letting her know that no amount of zoomies being shot up her anus will stop me and my love dove from claiming first blood. Then my support is casually playing 6 galaxies behind me, big surprise there, but I am straight no fucks given status because I know that in early game Yumi is about as useful as a poopy flavored lollipop, so I chase and right click till it cramps, and then MySpace Nami carbonates the kitty for me to proc PTA to improve my KDA by making the cat go MIA. I notice that this team too is diseased with windshitter syndrome, so I attempt to execute my usual plan of tilt the tit licker and obviously flashing into danger when it means killing a Yasuo is always worth in my book titled Rav's Low IQ Guide to Remaining Hard Stuck, for Dummies. But despite knowing that a few more visits mid will certainly launch Operation Yasuo, I know I have committed to my colorful koi fish bot and am perfectly happy with coming home and revealing the drug addict neighbor fondling her cat in the bushes as I hit the backflip off your dumb dome combo and auto her down, which I guess my support deems a good time to bubble buff up her auto just to steal the kill that she worked so hard for herself. Now Chapter 2 of Rav's Low IQ Guide to Remaining Hard Stuck features a section on missing XP so you can gank your own lane instead, but it's justified when you wore pink first and some Adderall addict came to work one day trying to steal your thunder. But just remember, when in doubt, bird the hell up mid-fight so you can get those aerial arrows for dramatic effect to help you burst down the outfit copier and her cat. And don't forget to euthanize the floating feline afterwards, especially when she gets greedy and tries to surprise chime cuck you at the last minute. Then I decide to put some miles on the pink carrier pigeon by taking a trip up north to say hey to Bladed Charizard, but apparently a 6-kill ADC is still no match for a Cho'Gath with nothing but a spirit visage, so I ask my jungle to turn the lights out so we can team up and I can do some parkour off this dragon's head to kill him off. And on the way back to Botsville I decide to take a quick pit stop in Trigger Town, which ultimately results in the windshitter dying a slow death to the Fox's fire as Reaper Randy comes in to save the day by crawling inside Nocturne's asshole, but when he finally gets shitted out we promptly erase him. And it turns out roaming Rav isn't very popular among MySpace page namis, and while some intelligent people may say she makes a valid point. Chapter 3 of Rav's Low IQ Guide to Remaining Hard-Stuck states that objective control is like wards, not needed when you have an oversized dove carrying you around by your neck fat, so you can get to any fight on the rift and contribute by firing cute love arrows at outnumbered and stupid kittens before calling up your handy dandy dove driver once again to fly you straight past the headlines because your eyes are on the prize, and the prize is an anorexic gun slut albino that wore the same damn outfit as you to work today. Then I mount up to do some birding and dumbass hurting, as this ADC clearly has the map awareness of a pierogi, so I play it slow and like a premeditated psychopath I elegantly push their frightened little girl into the scary forest where nightmares materialize and foxes blow deadly kisses at you. And then I come in to play another round of Cuck the Cat. Some mid-lane ARAM breaks out because it's 27 minutes into the game and this is silver, which is further proven by how severe this case of Yasuo syndrome is, resulting in a dead douche and 4 of us chasing some obese dragon until 84 auto attacks later he finally pisses off, letting us play a quick round of Splat the Cat once again. And at this point my Maramune was fully transformed and I have to admit it felt hella strong, so please enjoy a short montage of what every fight in the rest of this game looked like that I would play pool party Caitlyn Bikini Bra. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, slap that upward thumb and subscribe to my channel, and if you want to see daily uploads from me and Heisman breaking the bot lane meta with a new troll-ass comp every day, check out my second channel Rav and Heis. Shout out to the peeps on Patreon who deserve the love more than you know for your support. Pet your dog, jerk your ween, comment your favorite food if you are still watching, and brush your teeth tonight. Rav out.